It's Brandon KickstartPPC, and in this video we're going to be doing a step-by-step, no-nonsense guide on how to set up sponsored display campaigns. A large amount of shoppers these days are still purchasing off Amazon. The good thing about sponsored display is it actually allows you to target those shoppers off Amazon. Let's get into it. Now, with getting set up, it's relatively straightforward to do. All you need to do is go into Campaign Manager, and from here you'll be able to set up a sponsored display campaign under Create a Campaign. So go ahead and click Continue. And once you're on this page, you're going to come to a bunch of different options. So you can either look for optimizing for reach, page visits, or conversions. We'd obviously recommend conversions because that's what's going to make you the most return on your investment. But obviously, if you just want branded search, you can go for page visits as well as reach. But I don't think that's really going to be that useful, especially if you want to increase your sales. So firstly, you can use cost control as an option. We'd recommend you just leave that off. So go ahead and make sure that's off. So of course, the next step is you want to choose what creative you're going to use. You can either use an image or you can use a video. Videos do tend to convert better. So if you do have a video, we'd recommend you use that. And as you can see, even Amazon recommends you use a video. So from here, select a video, and then you want to move down and select your product. So select any product that you're going to use, and then you want to move down to what your actual targets are. So you can go through contextual targeting, which obviously narrows down into your category a bit more. So you can do that. Next, you can look at remarketing. So obviously purchase remarketing, views remarketing are really good, particularly if you have a subscribe and save product. Someone's purchased once, you want to get them back in your funnel again so they can rebuy. So obviously you could use and leverage certain things there. And obviously as well, when it comes to sales events like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, if they've viewed your listing during that kind of window shopping period, you can retarget them on Black Friday again and bring them back in your funnel. So remarketing is a good tool. In-market audiences, so you can use this if you want to. That's always an option. And interest and lifestyle audiences. So we don't have any options showing up, but obviously you'll probably have these when you come in. So what you want to do next is you want to select what actual audiences you want to use, or you want to actually go to the actual product targeting section. So you can go to contextual and product targeting. So say for example, you have a certain competitor you want to target. You can add that ASIN in. So let's just random couple of numbers, but let's add a random ASIN in, and that's then going to show up under the buy box here. So it's a pretty good place to show up. You're going to get a lot more traction there because someone's going to buy and they scroll down just a bit because they're looking at the listing, your name's going to come up. And obviously, if you're priced more competitively, that's going to give you the upper hand. They might then switch to your listing. So there's a number of things you can do. Firstly is bring them onto your product listing. Then there's views remarketing. So once they go on there once, you bring them back. And obviously targeting certain niches. So you can obviously go as granular as you want, but you have the option to sponsored display to really go after certain targets. Now next comes with the creative. What you need to do is actually select what your logo and what your headline are. So if you have one, you can put that on there so it all shows up really nice. You're then going to have a certain ad that shows up with the logo, and if you have a headline as well, that will show up right there. If you have a video, what you need to do is make sure it fits these dimensions here. So if you don't have these, Amazon is very strict on the criteria. They will fail your video and you will have to fix it. So it's better to follow this from the beginning and make sure your video actually gets published. Now, if you want to do images, it's a bit of a different criteria. So make sure to select your product, select your audience as you would, but then you're going to have things showing in a different way. So obviously, you can see it in different angles, how it actually shows up. I've had to blur this for the privacy of the brand, but obviously you want to put in your logo, your headline, and your image. So you can use AI-generated images as well. Although Amazon isn't quite great with AI-generated images just yet, so it's better you create your own and make sure it's good and to do with the brand. But if you want to play around with it, by all means, check it out and see if it's a good fit. So you can add images on there, and then that's going to show you a lot more on. When you actually look at adding images, you do need to make sure it actually fits this criteria. So if you don't have it like that, Amazon won't accept it. So it's better like the videos, just make sure it's all up to the standard that Amazon sets. Now, before you actually launch, make sure you have a pretty effective name. So make sure you include SD for sponsored display. So you can add, say, packing tape as the name of the product, sponsored display, and we'll do views remarketing, and then ASIN. So we'll just put some random numbers in. And then next, you'll want to select your budget. So obviously, if you want to keep your budget low, that's probably the right thing to do. Some of these campaigns don't perform very well, so you do need to do a bit of testing and find what works best for you. So I wouldn't recommend following what Amazon says. If you want to run these, go for your own budget, what you're comfortable with spending. Maybe that's £10, maybe it's $5 a day. Whatever it is, just go ahead and test it. If it does work for you, great, you can scale that up later. If it doesn't work for you, you can cut it back, you can stop the spend, and you haven't lost too much at the end of the day. Once you've done all that, click launch the campaign, wait for it to be approved, and then you're good to go. Now, it's important to note, if you are a new brand just starting out, you shouldn't really be touching sponsored display. Same if you have a very high TAC cost. If you want to bring these down, potentially you want to be looking at more sponsored products, sponsored brand video. Sponsored display is another way to build up brand awareness, gives you some additional options, but it's not the thing you should be focusing on if your TAC cost is high. Obviously, if you have the funds to test these ads, by all means, go for it, but do be careful on what you're actually spending until you actually know it's working. We hope you found the video helpful and hopefully gives you some direction on what sponsored display campaigns you want to set up. Now, if you do need help with your Amazon PPC, don't hesitate to contact us below, KickstartPPC.com. Schedule an audit with us, see how we can help you out. Don't forget to subscribe and stay up to date on what's up and coming and what we've uploaded before. Until next video, hope you guys have a good one and we'll see you soon. Bye.